You're listening to the Cyclone on J360 Radio. With your hosts, Dev and Al. Jay has entered the Cyclone.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cyclone. Hey, this is your host, Jay, of course. It's good to be back. I have to say that the outcome of the NBA Finals is a lot different than what I expected to be, but that's how it goes. Somebody had to win, and the Warriors just wanted it more. Not to mention all of the depth and the heavy stack, and of course Kevin Durant. But, I got to give credit where credit is due. Congratulations to Golden State. You got the trophy back. Just go on ahead and enjoy yourselves. And by the way, shout out to the city of Oakland. Enjoy the Warriors while you have them. Sorry about that. That's just the East Coast pettiness coming from me. But at least it's facts. But, you guys won. Well, I see Dev's going to be coming in a little bit later, but hey, Alan, what's going on, man? You look a little upset, the game's over. We can chill out now. Actually, you know what? Why don't you tell the J360 Legion what's up?
I'm disgusted.
Okay.
Ty Lue is a fucking idiot. Let me explain something. David Blatt learned how to put the Cavaliers at defense with LeBron James and all those other players. Did they struggle a little bit? Yeah, absolutely. David Blatt was the head coach. Yeah, you went to the finals, but you know what happened? Kevin Love got injured. Kyrie Irving got injured. And then all of a sudden, they couldn't win the finals against the Warriors. Ty Lue was single-handedly handed a championship, and all of a sudden we think he's a great coach? Fucking bullshit. This guy does not know how to play defense. This guy is a fucking idiot. Fire this asshole and put in someone else. You gave up over 100 points a game, not only just to them, but to the Celtics and all those people. You gave up so much. That is amazing. Yet you have an elite team to compete with the Warriors.
That elite team did not appear in this game.
I'm just disgusted. You got a lucky break by winning that game 4 when everyone clicked. Did you want to work on defense? No. You did nothing. This coach should be fired and banned from the NBA for all time. He is the Chip Kelly of the NBA as far as I'm concerned.
Damn, Al.
Yeah, that's honestly how I feel.
I really had nothing to say at this point.
He is literally that. Oh, yeah, everybody likes me because LeBron, whatever. But you don't know how to play defense. It was so apparent mid-season to the 3/4 of the season when their defense went to the worst of the league. You had to luck out to win the championship, and you kept the guy for no reason. Then you faced the same team again. You lucked out because those defensive players, Draymond Green got suspended, Andrew Bogut got injured. You lucked out. So now you're going with that with Kevin Durant. And you still did not know how to coach defense. That is amazing. You had an entire year to learn how to play defense. He has got to go. And what I saw in Game 5 blew my mind on how pathetic and uncoached this team was. What do you think, Jay?
It definitely wasn't anything to carry over from 3 to 4, put it that way. They did worse than even in 2. It was like seeing a repeat of 1 with 2's ball handling. You know what I'm saying? There was no defense, coordination amongst the players, these outrageous calls.
It was like watching the Harlem Globetrotters play like a random opponent. Like, yeah, they could come back, but they're never going to come back. You know what I mean?
Well, not in that way.
Or NBA Jam, where like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like do my tempo, whatever, and just shoot a 3 every time. Or something like that. But there's no defense because the AI wasn't smart enough to do that. That is freaking embarrassing.
Well, hey, man, that might be true, but you better be ready by the time Dev shows up.
Dev has entered the Cyclone.
And he's transmitting from Brooklyn. I sure hope he's not trying to buy any Nets tickets because you can get those for free now. What's up, Dev?
You knew this was going to happen. They went down in flames. It went 5 instead of 4. I regret nothing, and I was right.
Remember when we were friends?
Listen, in this harsh world of podcasting, it's either you're right or you're wrong, and sometimes you gotta eat paint when you're wrong. And listen, when I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat paint. It's fine. It just happens to be your day to day. That's what it is.
It is my day to day.
Yeah, I mean,
but
listen,
Jay turned his back because he was supporting the East.
I didn't turn my back. I said pretty much like it could go either way, remember?
Nah,
Oh my God, he has an
I was
outdog
straight
quad.
Warriors.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
straight Warriors.
I
man.
know. Dev was straight
That was not going
Warriors.
7. That was not going 7 games, man. Come on, let's be real
Hey,
here.
hey, hey!
No, I
for
thought it was
a,
gonna
for a
be-
while there, it could have in the beginning. But you see, the thing about it is, game 1 and 2 were very sloppy, and then game 3 was it tried to
Game
turn
3
into
was the
something,
moneymaker.
and then
It
game
was
4,
it was do or die.
and then
That
game
was
It's either
4,
if they-
the definition.
yeah, game 4 pretty much got rid of that whole perfect sweep.
I
But
agree
then-
with Dev. Game 3 was kind of like what told the story
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah,
game 4.
Yeah, because
It did.
honestly, it told us right there what the team was. It said at their very best, they still aren't good enough. Because the game was close. Let's be real. The game was close. The Cavs were up for most of that game, and then towards the end of that game, they couldn't hold on to a lead. They were taking jump shots, and we know they're the more physical team. The Cavs did not play to their strengths the entire series, and they were shooting like, come on, guys, you're shooting jump shots. You're a physical team. You can't out-warrior the Warriors. They're the best
Oh,
at it, and they
of course
always
not.
will be.
Wow!
Well, oh shit!
Okay,
I
here's
wasn't gonna say the best they will be, but damn, Dev.
No, listen, who's going to do it better than them? Who can play that style better than them? Nobody.
What happens if the Cavs bring in Paul George?
Well, okay, now we got to play the salary cap game. So you have Paul George, who has
You
1 year
trade
left on
Kevin
his
Love for
contract.
Paul George.
But hold on, Kevin Love has like over 4 years left on his deal.
Yeah, but you trade Kevin Love for Paul George. Kevin
But
Love.
hold on, how's that going to work with? We got to remember we're playing a salary cap game, so you got to figure, okay, you have Paul George for a year. You don't know necessarily if that's going to mix and match, if that's going to work.
LeBron doesn't
I mean,
have that much time left.
nah, you're 110% right. His prime is a very small window, but you got to think salary cap. I don't think it's going to work. And at another time, you got to hope that Paul George wants to sign long term, and that they could actually sign him long term. Because let's be real, like, do they even have the cap space? They're already $28 million over the cap.
Or what do you about this? They make the trade for Carmelo.
Nah, they make the trade for Carmelo. They are worse than they was before.
Carmelo's better than Kevin Love.
But he's not guarding KD. He's not fast enough. He's not tall enough. He's not long enough. He isn't
The
playing
problem
enough
with the
defense.
Cavs, you know what the problem with the Cavs all this series, and I saw it.
Paul
Since,
George is better than Carmelo. I would take Paul George over Carmelo right now.
yeah, I'm just saying flat out. You know what the problem with this game was, and I saw it. I watched every game. Probably as did you.
I said you get rid of Tristan Thompson's contract.
Yeah, get
They
rid of
paid
Tristan
him out.
Thompson.
You dump that contract, then you got some money to play with. Not a whole lot. You got
I
some
will
money to
make a
play
case
with.
for this. That the most idiotic move the Cavs ever made is you picked Deron Williams over Brandon Jennings. That was retarded.
But hold it. No. Jennings was signed before Darren Williams was signed. Brandon Jennings signed with the Wizards before that. So it's like Darren Williams was there.
No. LeBron was hyping over a signing long before that.
He was. He definitely
Yeah, he was a
He
free
said
agent.
He said we need playmakers. And, you know what I mean? The general manager did what he could at the time. So, listen.
You mean general manager LeBron James?
Well, he's
LeBron's
a de facto
LeBron's
figurehead
the one
to
who
general
made
manager.
this team.
But you got to factor in a couple things. Like, one, they're dealing with the cards that they have to kind of play with the cards they were dealt with.
I'll be brutally honest. I would have picked Gilbert Arenas 3 years out of retirement over that Deron Williams.
It's really the only options the Cavs have. I mean, listen, Chris Paul's not coming. They can't offer him enough money. And, you know, Kyrie Irving, as good as he is, he can't guard any two guard at all. He can barely guard ones. And they're hiding him on defense. He's a bigger Isaiah Thomas. Honestly, he's a bigger version of Isaiah Thomas with a better handle. So
I know, but
that's not going
did
to work.
you see the way they played during the fourth quarter? They were playing with like chickens with their head cut off. They had no idea what they were doing. This is not coaching, and it's so weird because remember they were like a top 5 defense when David Blatt was coaching. LeBron picked Ty Lue. LeBron wanted him to coach. Guess what happened? It fell. They shouldn't even have won the finals last year. They lucked out because Andrew Bogut got injured.
Well, remember that 3-1 kind of.
No, they lucked out.
They turned
Bogut
it around last time because of that.
They lucked out because Andrew Bogut got injured, and of course he does, because that's what Andrew Bogut does. I know, I'm a Bucks fan. And then not only that, Draymond Green was suspended for a game. That's how they won the series.
Yeah, he didn't get suspended this time, though, even though he should have. Game 4.
He should have been suspended. All right,
So-
Deb, do you agree with this? Ty Lue is the worst coach in the NBA.
Nah, okay. All right, I'm gonna get off a couple takes before I gotta go here. One, Ty Lue's not the worst coach. One,
But
he did make changes, but it's not a coaching problem at this point. It is literally the problem at this point is literally like he has like they don't have the manpower in order to kind of go up against the Warriors like in a 7-game series. They don't have the manpower. It's not there at this point, guys. I gotta get out of here. Catch you later. All right.
All right. Thanks, Deb.
All right.
See ya.
See you later,
See ya.
bro. Anyways, but yeah, no. The thing is this team was a top 10 defense team, and then it just massively dropped off the map the second Ty Lue came out.
Honestly, Al, I think somewhere in Game 5, right? I think they just gave up. I think they were like, hey, let's just not push ourselves hard enough. We made our point in the first one, but we're going to give up at this point. I mean, at best, it was okay that they went the distance against the Warriors, but, think about it, like, in the end, you got to figure that the Warriors are heavily stacked, whereas the Cavs, like, we covered this in another episode that, they're not as equipped as the Warriors were, and just what Dev said not too long ago, that the manpower just wasn't there to keep up. It would have been nice, though, if it was more of a Nick and Nick sort of scenario, but it wasn't. If anything, they didn't get perfectly swept. That's a good thing. And if anything, it built up interest for everything else. But, for me and you, the Celtics and the Wizards were more of a game than this. This finals, at best, was just, okay, is King James going to come out on top, or is Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Draymond Green and, Klay Thompson or whoever else can take Klay Thompson's place, a.k.a. Andre Iguodala, are they going to cement their win? You know what I'm saying? See, it's kind of that sort of scenario. And at best, even though the Cavs were somewhat holding their own, the thing is, it didn't carry on into Game 5. If anything, Game 5 was the most underwhelming game. But Game 3 and Game 4, they were at least watchable. At least that's what I get out of the whole thing. But you see now, it's over. Sure, we're going to have to deal with Warriors fans coming up and say, oh, we let you have that win, and they're going to run around and say all this BS that probably is inconclusive at best and has nothing to do with the game we were watching. But, at least at this point, who else was it going to be? Of course it was going to be the Warriors. The Warriors had like a clean sweep throughout all their teams that they faced on the Western Conference to get to this point. Me and you, we sided with the Cavs because we wanted to be different from everybody else. That's one thing. One, because we care about East Coast love. And two, really, if everybody else is going against the Cavs, I mean, it doesn't make the game exciting. That's why I always go underdog teams. That's why I always look for an upset team. Like, I kind of like that momentum for an upset. You understand what I'm saying? But, the way they came out there and they did a curb stomp, and if they did just a clean sweep, I wouldn't have cared much. So, that's pretty much why I was on the Cavs side. I didn't gain or lose anything out of this. I can go back into my Sixers mode. Now, if the Cavs were to have won the finals, would I have been a Cavs fan automatically? No, I wouldn't. I would go back to hating the Cavs just like anything else. Because at the end of the day, they're not my team, but I would be happy because the East pulled a win during a time when everybody else was all over there riding the West and just saying, yes, the Western Conference is so much better than the East. The East is nothing, but it would have been nice if the East managed to pull a win and had the trophy stay in Cleveland, because at that point, it goes to show that the East aren't a bunch of chumps. That's the whole reason why I would want the Cavs to win. I'm not a Cavs fan. I could never be a Cavs fan. But as an East Coaster, and as somebody that always hears about how the West is better than the East, I wanted the East to pull a significant win. And they did for a moment. But if they actually won out in Game 5, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to figure that these guys are probably tired. They probably need to rest. I mean, they would just keep coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got to give some respect. I mean, at least Iggy got a ring. So, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's not his first ring, mind you, but he didn't get a ring with us when he was on the Sixers. So, a former Sixers getting one, okay, I can commend that. Put it that way. I mean, that's just how it goes. But even then, he said that the Sixers might be contenders next year, so you never know. Yeah, this is what Iggy said. This is actually a thing, so you might want to look that up. Don't come to me and say, oh, you're just showing your bias. Not by a long shot this time. But since the finals are over, now I can. So I'm okay with it. I just would have liked it if they pulled a win and maybe go to Game 6. But still then, they would have to keep up and actually hit the 7 mark to make that difference. So, it all really depends on what they could handle and if they could really keep up the stamina with the Warriors. But the Warriors are a phenomenal super team. And the thing about them is, when one goes down, there's another one to replace that person. LeBron goes down, team falls apart. There ain't nobody else to take LeBron's place if he gets wounded in any of them games coming. So it was kind of a crapshoot. The thing is, you got to commend this for all of us. Well, for me and Al at least. And a good friend of ours who will join the show eventually. We actually stuck it out with our teams. Now, were there complaining and gripes around? Yeah. But the thing is this, at least we stuck with our picks. Unlike some people who actually lost the game too, like said, oh gee, everybody, can I join the Warriors side? Yeah, Kevin Durant, you awesome, even though you hated Kevin Durant going into the finals. Now you guys, there's a special place in hell for y'all. The finals this year wasn't exactly the best, whereas like the road leading to the finals was okay. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those things. Like, say like in mythology where you get the golden fleece and you're like, well, damn, I got it finally, and it's underwhelming, but while you're on the quest and the journey, that was a lot more exciting. That's the way I feel about this end cap to this past season of, NBA. So the only real thing I can think of is we got to look forward to the draft that's happening on the 22nd, and also pay attention to NFL coming into our lives again, because it's going to happen. And I'm going to have my Eagles stuff. I'm sure Al's going to have his Browns and Bills stuff. I mean, we're all going to be talking a lot of mad shit. Except for Dev, though, because his team is in the process of moving around, and it seems like they don't have a home at this point. That's one on the house, by the way, Dev. See you next episode. But going back into it, though, Al, take it away.
We won our game so we didn't get swept. It's the same thing from the entire series. It's like they play extremely competitively, and then all of a sudden, I know by the third and fourth, they just didn't have it. Like when the bench came along. And this was LeBron's decision to bring in these guys from the bench. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Him as acting like that, he failed miserably. I still am mad, and I will never get over this from the Cavs. And I like the Cavs.
I know you do.
I will never get over. You traded Andrew Wiggins for... Imagine what Andrew Wiggins could have done.
I know he's sitting over there laughing now.
Oh, yeah. Of course. But no, his Timberwolves could be a dynasty, though, if they keep it up. They have so much young talent. That looks like a really good team. I'm just mad. I didn't want Kevin Durant to win a championship this way.
Well, he ain't did no different than LeBron did going to the Heat, if you really think about it.
There was a difference. There was a big difference about that.
No, not really. The outcome is still the same, Al. Transgression's a little different, but the outcome is still the same.
Here's the difference.
All right,
when LeBron left, the Cavs were like the worst team in the NBA. When Kevin Durant left, that team still made the playoffs and still had a competitive series.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, old dude wanted a ring and he got it.
That's
as screwed up as that is what happened. That's the outcome.
That's like saying, should Karl Malone left in his prime in 1998 to join the Bulls so he could get a ring?
If there was the good money there, and if the team wasn't performing the way he'd like them to, he probably would have. But then we also have to figure that this is Adam Silver's NBA, not necessarily David Stern's NBA, so the rules have changed significantly.
I was saying this on Facebook earlier today. Should Dirk Nowitzki literally give up, like, just leave the Mavs right now so he could have joined that Heat team? No, he wanted to earn the title. Kevin Durant, he played well. He's a great basketball player. I think he's one of the best basketball players in the world. But
yeah, you got to give it up to him. He kind of earned that marker. He just went on a super team. That's all.
I know. Just goddamn it.
I mean, and the thing about it is, a lot of people are now. See, the only problem with the Warriors winning is that now everybody's a Warriors fan. Everybody is riding that card. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're all sitting right there saying, oh, they're the greats. They're the greatest of all time. And it's like, but...
I know. They won one championship.
Well, the team has won 5. This incarnation won in 2015, and now this is their current one. So, yeah, And you know why? Because it's recent, it's new. And that's pretty much what it is.
My God.
I mean, right now, did you see that ESPN made an article that said that the Warriors are the top pick for the next NBA Finals. I'm like, really? I'm like, really?
Well,
Right
no kidding.
now? I guess we don't went through all the next 82 games or something like that to get to that point.
Yes, they have a great roster, a better roster. The only thing that makes me more mad is Matt Barnes got an NBA championship. God, that makes me mad.
Yeah, isn't that wow? Isn't that scary?
I hate Matt Barnes with a passion.
Matt
Oh
Barnes
my
has
God!
Yeah, but the thing about it is, see now he got it by accessory. Okay, he didn't get it by performing. He was on the bench. He was going to get one.
Did he even play a game?
I don't think he
Did he
did.
even-
I think he just was like, yeah, I'm going to camp out here. I hope they don't play me. I'm going to get my ring. Yep.
So they Jared Lorenzen name when the Giants won the Super Bowl.
Oh, totally, dude. That's exactly what happened.
He's like sitting there eating crackers. No, David Carr. Didn't David Carr win a title with the Giants too?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, David Carr is like sitting there eating crackers. Oh God, I hope Eli doesn't get hurt.
Yep.
Um,
Because one way or another, he just seat filling. He chilling out. He ain't going to perform at all and still get a ring.
Oh, I hate Matt Barnes. I loved it so much. When freaking what was his? Oh shoot, I know his name. He's from the Bucks. But anyways, he slapped the crap locked out of him, and he like taunted right in his face. And yeah, it's John Henson. John Henson slapped the living crap out of like this ball of his when he was trying to do a really crappy layup, and he taunted him right to his face. Then challenged him to a fight while going to the locker room. And Matt Barnes was like a chicken crap and didn't do it, but. Yeah, I don't like Matt Barnes, and it's sad that he got a title.
Thing about it is, Al, he didn't earn it, though, so you and I know that even if he was to run around and say he had a ring, it'll be you and I sitting right there saying, yeah, but you didn't earn it. You didn't do anything with it. I'll tell you what's really funny, though. What's really funny is that all of these Warrior fans that are sitting here saying this crap, I can't wait to see what happens when Steph Curry gets a lucrative deal. Or no. Kevin Durant gets a lucrative deal and goes right back to OKC.
I just can't wait. What did they do with their cap issue?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, congratulations. You're like the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks are not going to rebuild anytime soon.
Well, hey, speaking of which, yeah, how is,
Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah, how's he doing? He's suiting up for, God, who's he
Oakland.
playing for this series? Oakland, yeah.
Well, for now, Oakland is going to be Vegas, but no, he's actually been looking pretty good, from what I heard. He's not out of shape, but the only issue I have here is it's cool that you signed him because they lost somebody, not DeMarco Murray, something Murray. They lost him to the Vikings, I think, didn't they? We won't know till training camp.
Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that then.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, the guy just finally got back into the NFL, so there's a lot of things that needs to go down with that. There's literally not much news to report on the Cyclone.
Well, actually, there is. I can think of a couple of reasons, but I'm trying to be nice today.
Are you kidding me? You wanted to troll me about the Cavs all day today.
I did not. I only did it one time. And secondly...
No, you were anticipating.
Let me tell you this. Secondly, how did you like the Cyclone Crow?
I knew that was a shot at me.
Well, that crow wasn't a shot at you. That crow is our annual award for all loser teams.
Well, I get a lot of them, don't I?
Well, you see, nobody eats crow like you, Al. Look, the point is...
Anyways, I will say this for the NBA Finals. I will eat my crow. Thunder were the superior team, sadly. They had better coaching. Way better coaching. Way better coaching because... Tyronn Lue had no idea what the hell he was doing. God damn it. I am so pissed. Seriously, I've seen defenses in high school basketball perform better than this. Right? That was embarrassing. Awful.
But you know the best part is, though, Al?
What?
It's over. The finals and this season is over. We don't ever have to worry about that anymore, and it's clean slate, and we can go back to our whole Bucks and Sixers animosity that we usually go through. So now we can stop, just sitting there going through it.
Well, we got our Brewers stuff we have to do eventually.
Oh, you mean like next month where it's my team versus your team?
Yes.
For the one time only in the year?
Which is ridiculous because we had to face the Blue Jays and they're in the American. What is the MLB doing?
Something different this year, Al. But you know what? They got the 22nd pick for their MLB draft.
I'm being honest, like, I would have loved to cover the MLB draft, but
It snuck up on us, dude, and plus, we're still here going ahead trying to put aloe on calves' butts.
I'm sorry, but when most of the MLB draft picks take 5 years before they ever develop...
You tend to forget who they are, too, if you're not staying up on it.
Yeah, like, I love baseball, but I'm not willing to wait 5 years for a baseball player to finally come to the main roster, you know? And there's no way you can watch the minor league games and see how they develop. It's really hard. I want to like it, wouldn't you? If the MLB really wanted to do this, right, you need to have the minor league stuff on a TV deal, put it on the MLB network or something. I mean, MLB.TV. Do something like that and put it as a side thing.
And hopefully, you know, that they don't black it out.
Oh, that's a rant for later.
Yeah, it is getting a little close to the wire, and, you know, I think both you and I go through a lot of issues in order to watch the sports we love, you know, not just for our own self-enjoyment, but for this great show that we present every week to the J360 Legion. And that's all we have for you this week. So for those of you that are Cavs fans out there, still feeling the heat for your loss, you know, just put a little aloe back there, you're going to be okay. For those of you in the Warriors camp, you know, hey, it's only a matter of time, don't worry. A whole new season will be here soon enough in October, so it'll be alright. But outside of all that, though, that's it for now. Take it easy. We will be back with another show next week. You're going to be in for something really great. On behalf of the Cyclone crew, this is Jay, signing off.